Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode, and today we are looking at Beyond Skyrim Bruma. It's a mod that brings in parts of Citadel. It's only a small part, but it's a very welcome addition to the game. It basically brings in the city of Bruma with a bit of the surrounding area as well. So first things first, let's take a look at the load order. So it should go straight to the top of your load order, but if it doesn't, you want to start with Beyond Skyrim Bruma assets, then the actual mod, then a DLC patch, and then the updates. To actually start the mod, you head down to the Pale Pass, which you can see here on the map, which is just south of Helgen, I think. And that way is only open to you if you're a character of notoriety. So because I've finished the main quest, I could just go to the gates and tell the guards who I was, and they let me straight in. If not, you're going to have to sneak in, and I'm not going to ruin that for you. One thing I did find very enjoyable though is that most of the characters in the mod do actually acknowledge who you are and, dare I say, how important you are.
The Dragonborn of legend. You have the dragon blood coursing through your veins. Who am I to stand in your way? Pass through, mighty Dragonborn. It is an honor.
I do have some very minor gripes with this mod, nothing major, but one of them is to do with the audio quality. The music and the audio levels seem to go up and down, which you'll see here.
Makes a change from all the frustrated traders and irate mercenaries. It's been a pleasure, truly. Here's hoping you can do Cyrodiil some good.
So both of those clips were set at exactly the same audio level, but when it faded to black, the guard's voice just goes a couple of decibels higher, which kind of shows through some audio artifacts. As I said, it is nothing major, but it is noticeable in places when the music's like crescendoing over stuff the characters are saying.
Captured and incarcerated here. We caught him crossing the border a few days ago. Since then, he's been raving incoherently. Well, he's coherent.
As I said, there is a very minor gripe. It probably could do with having the music level in the game turned down a bit, but I think when you go back to Skyrim, you're going to have to turn it back up again. So, as I said, very minor gripe. Another thing I noticed was a few of the NPCs have glitches on the faces. I think this is just to do with randomly generated NPCs, as you've seen there. But let's get back to the voice acting. On the whole, it is very good, and there's a nice variety of voices. There's not a massive amount of voice actors in the game, but the ones that are there generally do a good job.
Oh. A true son of Skyrim. My heart gladdens to see you in this hive of Imperial bootlickers.
I wouldn't say it was as good as Falskar, which is another gameplay mod. I thought the voice acting and audio quality in that one was superb. But what is here, as I said, is quite good. It's really only those audio levels going up and down that kind of breaks your immersion a little bit. But after playing it for a little bit, I kind of stopped noticing. The mod also features music from Oblivion, which is very nice to hear. It also helps set the scene, and it's a nice change from hearing the Skyrim soundtracks. Unfortunately, you can't go to the Imperial City, although it does appear on the map. You can get a couple of miles from it at most. The map is a fairly decent size though. I think it boasts that it is about the size of the Dragonborn DLC, if not bigger. There's certainly been a nice variation of locations on there, but obviously the main attraction is Bruma. From what I can remember, it is a fairly decent reconstruction of Bruma and the surrounding area. It's got Sky Ruler Temple and some of the inns on the outskirts of the city. Even the Fighters Guild is there. I haven't found a way to join it as of yet. I assume that'll be getting added into a later date, but maybe I just haven't progressed far enough to get invited into that. But from the moment, it does seem that you can't actually join the Fighters Guild at the moment, but they do give you the odd quest.
Sorry, but we're not looking for new members right now. The Dibbities branch is currently undergoing strict internal reforms. Check back soon, though.
There are nice little tie-ins to Skyrim now. The Thalmor are in Bruma, and here they are trying to enforce the White Gold Concordat onto a priest.
Spirit of the White Gold Concordat, I must urge you to cease and desist at once.
Damnable tavern.
What is the
Damnable
spirit
owner.
of the
How
White
dare
Gold
you allow the
Concordat?
Blizzard to engage in such a salacious display?
The spirit of the White
Scandalous.
Gold Concordat is that men are not and can never be gods.
And even the events of Oblivion are referenced. The reason they're harassing this priest here is because he is a priest of Saint Martin, and if you've played Oblivion, then obviously you'll know who Martin is and what he actually did.
Greetings, stranger. Have you come to hear the gospel of Saint Martin? Yes, Saint Martin. Have you heard the tale of how Martin Septim ascended to sainthood? If not, perhaps that would be a good place to begin.
The mod does add a lot of new things. Like there's new enemies, like this ogre rock smasher here. There's places to mine rubies and other precious stones, and obviously there are items which were present in Oblivion now being brought forward, like new armors, new in quotation marks there, and new weapons. There's a nice variety to the missions as well. Of the ones that I've had the opportunity to play, they have held me interest. Some of them will send you to interrogate people or to track down missing heirlooms, which is one of the quests that is happening here on screen now. It also has, again, nice throwbacks to Oblivion, because if I remember correctly, the trapdoor in this house that you go to is actually in Oblivion, and quests take place there as well, so it's a nice tie-in again to Oblivion. There's even opportunities to use other skills that you have. So one of those interrogation missions gave me the option to use illusion to try and get the truth out of one of the characters. It failed because my illusion skill is not very high at all. But it was nice to see that, and it was nice to see that all of your skills can be used and brought into play rather than just the standard persuade, intimidate or bribe. But there is plenty of that in the game too. The mod is very stable. I didn't have any crashes or problems at all, apart from the facial glitch that I mentioned before. But it was literally on those two characters, and I haven't seen it since. Bruma itself, though, does have a few frame rate issues. This could be to do with the fact that I'm running so many mods now. I'm using lighting mods, graphics and texture mods, sound mods, so I am using a lot of the game. But I also suspect that it's because the optimization skills of the author isn't as high as the optimization skills of, you know, the actual Bethesda team. But I'm certainly not knocking it. It runs playable. It is very fun to play with. It certainly doesn't feel any worse than Riften in terms of frame rate. So I am definitely going to recommend that you check this mod out, especially if you do like your gameplay mods. There seem to be very few top quality ones. As I can say, Falscar is the only other one I can think of off the top of my head. I know there's another one as well, which I can't remember the name right now, but it's won awards and it's terrible, I can't remember it. But this one's certainly worth your time if you do have the space, because it is almost a gigabyte in size. And certainly if you are a fan of Oblivion and would like to go back to a small portion of that, admittedly, but it is a very nice portion to experience. So thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you next time.